Vision, direction, dedication, and love for service. Words that embody leadership.
And when these words are put into action, its natural course will produce change.
Today, we're sharing real stories, impactful work, and the difference we're making together.
Stories of hope, courage, and community that inspire us to do better, only here on ADRA TV.
Welcome to ADRA TV, and today we will be talking about Project Rise Benguet, the stories, lessons, and its lasting impact to the communities here in the Philippines. We would like to welcome everybody that is with us today, especially those that are watching through Facebook, through Hope Channel South Philippines and ADRA Philippines pages. Again, ADRA TV is brought to you by collaboration between the largest media outlet here in the Philippines and even in the world of the Seventh-day Adventist Church, which is Hope Channel, and the humanitarian arm of the Seventh-day Adventist Church in the Philippines, ADRA Philippines. Together, we are so excited today to bring you a productive discussion and real stories every Monday, 5 to 6 in the afternoon. And mga kapaglaom, my co-host is Miss Hazel Jane Buscato. Hi, Haze!
Hi! Again, magandang hapon, maayong hapon, and good afternoon to everyone watching us this afternoon. It is the beginning of the year, and we are not yet done with the learning from the past and how it will help us as we face another year, hoping to be filled with justice, compassion, and love. We encourage you, mga kapaglaom, to give our episode a like or any reactions that can be found on your screens. Join our conversation by commenting and sharing this episode to your family and friends. And watch out for more announcements on how you can better engage and enjoy the perks of being our supporters.
Yes, and Hazel, of course, Episode 1, kasama natin siya. And Episode 2, kasama din natin siya, none other, our Country Director, Doc Hope Aperocho. Hi, Doc.
Hi, Sean. Hi, Hayes. And good afternoon to all our viewers of ADRA TV, our supporters, lalo na yung mga ADRA Angels natin and other sponsors and donors for ADRA Philippines. The Adventist Development and Relief Agency is the humanitarian arm of the church, as what Sean had said a while ago. And this is the country-based ADRA, yes. So ADRA Philippines. And so I'm happy to be here with you. I would like to greet all our ADRA staff, from the country office to our project sites. And I'd also like to greet Happy New Year to all, to Sean and Hazel.
Happy New Year pa din. Kasi
it's still halfway through January pa. So we're still starting the year. And we would want to start it right.
Yes, Doc.
Yeah.
Na-mention mo na yung start, no? Pag may start, meron ding end, Doc. So 2025 has been a year of beginnings and endings. And we would like to inform our supporters, our angels, that one of our projects ended already.
Actually, it has officially ended last December 31, 2025. However, there are still some activities that it is being extended for the next 3 months until March.
Doc, would you like to share with us anong project ito? What project are you referring to?
Okay, I'm referring to we call this the RISE project, or RISE, which stands for Resilience, Innovation, Sustainability, and Empowerment. And it is located in Benguet. And being implemented in, I think, 7 municipalities, the Bliss area, no? The Baguio City, La Trinidad, Itogon, Sablan, Tuba,
Tublay.
Tublay at Tublayan. These are the municipalities in Benguet where we implemented the RISE project.
Ayun. And what are the goals? Ano ba yung main goal ni Project Rise Benguet?
Before probably we say ano yung goal, this project is being sponsored by the European Union through one of our ADRA network partner, which is ADRA Deutschland or ADRA Germany. And this project implemented in the Blist area is a consortium project. So
What does that mean?
Yeah, a consortium is a partnership of NGOs. So we have ADRA, and we have the other one is the Jaime Ongpin Foundation, or JVO. We call this JVO, Jaime Ongpin Foundation Incorporated, and the CDPC, which is the Center for Development Programs in the Cordillera. So these three NGOs located in the Benguet province, we are coordinating and we work together in implementing this RISE project in Benguet. You know, the main goal of this actually, because I think the RISE project, this RISE project came into being during a time when there was, if you remembered, I think there was a calamity in Benguet where there were miners that were nag-collapse yung mine and then namamatay doon and everything. So it started with that one. So that triggers us to propose a project to Germany, or to the European Union through our partner ADRA Germany. And so this is a community resilience project against climate change and disasters. And how do we do this? We strengthened CSOs, or the civil society organizations, engagement in public decision-making processes. So in this project, we deal with 21 CSOs in the Blist area. And these 21 CSOs promotes inclusive, gender-sensitive disaster risk reduction and management and climate change adaptation and mitigation programs. And these are groups from, we have the youth groups, the women's group, the IP groups or indigenous peoples group, we have farmers groups. And I've visited not all the CSOs, but some of the CSOs, and it's really interesting and inspiring, the transition, the transformation of the people itself.
Ayun. It's from, diba, Doc, hindi siya parang tayo yung lumalaban for the community. Parang ginagawa ni ADRA.
We are
here, empowering them for them to fight for themselves,
yes,
for their own community. Kasi nga, as you have mentioned, Doc, it started out of a tragedy.
Yeah.
And we do not want it to be repeated. We do not want a family to lose family members. We do not want children to lose parents. And also, parang it is something that's so inspiring. No, that ADRA work together with different organizations to they find their voice and they fight for their voice and for their community. It's really it's a mind shift. Yung parang diba, there are times na okay na yan, hindi naman namin yan problem, or hindi naman namin yan. That's not our responsibility. But then as a community member, at the end of the day, it is our responsibility.
Yes. And I think I also believe we are just instruments here. Hindi tayo talagang nag-i-implement. We empower them and let them be a part of the governance of their own community. And the stories are good. Rose is here with us later. So Rose will be telling us stories of transformations and how the project have impacted the lives of the CSO members, and we even have champions that we should say, how they were transformed and their impact to the local governance.
So excited to hear about that. But Hayes, you have a question for Doc.
Yes. So Doc, during your first year with ADRA Philippines, I think Doc and we entered the organization the same year. I entered, I think, around July, and Doc was
September.
Same tayo, Doc. 2 years na tayo sa organization. So, Doc, during your first year, you saw Project Rise Benguet from start to finish
Yes.
in the bleached areas. So, how has witnessing the project's journey shaped your perspective on community resilience and development?
Okay, that's a very good question, Hazel. Ang ganda, no? I think before I came to ADRA, everybody knows I came from a different industry. I'm from the academic industry, education field of education. And sometimes you are only confined to classrooms and students.
Yes.
So when I entered ADRA, it's a different field. And when I saw, especially this project, this is a project that I should say, it really inspired me. I've been there at the start, probably at the end, because that was the first year of implementation. I entered September. And I saw that pwede palang tayo maging instrument na yung mga taong parang ang liit ng boses sa community, parang ma-inspire mo, mapupush mo, matitrain mo sila. And I said, this is real community development.
True.
Because when we say community development, it does not only mean economics, but it also means how people could say or stand for themselves in spite of what's happening around them. At nakita ko ito sa project na to.
You know what, my hair is standing.
Do you still remember, Ate Shan, our immersion?
Yes!
I can't believe I'm saying this. That was almost 2 years ago during our communications training there.
We went to Benguet.
Yeah.
We saw the areas,
Yes.
right?
I personally witnessed one of the CSOs, Doc, I think it's part of the women sector, but the elderly ones. It's in La Trinidad, where mga senior citizen na po sila. So, what I got from that immersion is that, di ba pag tayo ay tumatanda na, feeling natin useless. Wala na
that's
tayong
true.
ambag sa lipunan. But because of their groups, of their group, that CSO, they felt like, empowered as a woman, and at the same time, they felt like mas kahit in their old age, may ambag pa rin sila sa lipunan.
If you were in La Trinidad, I think I was in Itogon. And then I will never forget kasi isa sa mga, I've listened to it, it's a women din, pero more on as a business side, they do have beekeeping and all. Isa sila sa naapektuhan sa disaster, and also they lost family members. And yun kaya my hair is standing kasi minsan kasi we think that the things that's happening around us, parang tanggap lang tayo.
Yes.
Yung parang in Bisaya, wala na ko'y mahimo.
Yeah. And especially if you don't experience it.
Exactly.
Especially we might have, I should say, comfortable yung life natin. We live in a place where parang secured tayo, safe tayo. And we haven't realized, unless you go to communities, that there are people who are suffering.
Yes. And minsan sinasabi, it's climate change.
Yes.
We cannot do anything about it. So parang yun yung parang, let's just accept our fate and all. But I believe it's not, hindi rin yan will ni Lord. That's why I'm so happy with this, how it shaped me also na you just, don't just sit down and let things happen to you. You can stand for yourself and study and learn and get the voice and all, and make it not happen to you and your community.
That's why they say it's easy to say things when you are just a spectator.
Yes, tama yan.
Unless it happens to you.
Doon na talaga siya may impact.
Oo.
So this project, mga kapaglawmi, is something that, as Doc mentioned, this is like the essence of community development. And this is our work together, to our supporters, to our donors, to our ADRA angels. This is our work. Yun. Now,
And also, Sean, I should say, I think that is what God wants us to be as Christians, as His children.
Words.
To be an influence to the community, especially to make them life. That is why yung mandate natin sa ADRA, to serve humanity so all may live as God intended.
So God did not intend for us to, just
Sit down and watch suffering.
Just suffer. Wow, this is powerful. Now, Doc, as the project closes, kasi we'll ask Miss Rose for the details later, ano po yung mga mechanisms na in place, no? So that we can ensure sustainability sa project?
Okay, last December we were in Ilocos for our lessons learned together with the consortium and the project team. We even have a stakeholders forum where all of the 21 CSOs and local government officials of the seven by six municipalities were there to witness how these CSOs have improved and what they've done. The main point here that this project would want to push through is to have a resilience agenda to be institutionalized in the local government. And I think, well, I should say that's an uphill climb.
Yeah,
Yes.
that is true.
When I say uphill climb, you deal with government agencies. Meron silang mga protocols.
Yeah.
Meron
Also,
silang
their own agenda.
they have their own, they have their own agenda.
goals.
May goals din sila. And listening to the experiences of our CSOs of how they dealt with the different LGUs, hindi talaga it's easy for them to train. And I was listening to the feedback from our CSOs who said, kulang ang 3 years. 3 years is not enough. I was talking with the head of CDPC, Ma'am Rhoda, and Ma'am Rhoda said, suntok sa buwan itong goal natin, yung dream vision natin. Suntok sa buwan. Because that's really true, because 3 years is not enough. It's as if you are just scratching the surface. Kasi with that ultimate objective to be yung nasa maging institutionalizing resilience agenda na galing mismo grassroots from the CSOs. Hindi, kasi minsan, especially, I think it's not only in the local government, it's even in some organizations, na nasa top-down ba? Hindi yung bottoms up.
Yung mga regulations,
Oo, yung mga top
people
up, na walang experience. But dito sa atin, na, because they are the ones who knows what's going on in the ground, so they suggest, no? So I think parang isa lang yung nakapag-institutionalize. I forgot what municipality, makakalimutin na. And the mayor was there during the stakeholders forum who witnessed, and she was very supportive of the CSO. It's a women's group CSO.
I think I have high hopes for these CSOs
Ako
because
din, no?
during our immersion there, I think the Cordilleran, tama ba? Cordilleran people are very strong-willed.
Strong-willed,
Even
that's
in
true.
their old age. Like, for example, in La Trinidad, the goal of that group is to stop the habit of mama.
Oh,
tobacco.
betel nut,
Not sure, Doc.
chewing betel nuts.
Something like that. Ang dating kasi nila doon, para silang mga RTA. Like, naka-pink sila, Doc. Like, I
I
think
saw pictures.
may certain schedule sila. I think di nila nilalabas yung schedule nila kasi malalaman ng mga tao. So they just appear there in the market, basta, in the areas near the munisipyo. So para silang mga RTA na bigla lang lalabas at magtitiket kapag nahuli ka nilang nagmamama.
Oh.
Oo. So, but even the guys na maskulado, may tattoo, pag nakita nila yung sila lola,
Oo,
na parating na, ay, tiklop sila. So I think they have this high regard or high respect also for
elders.
the CSOs, and the CSOs are mostly comprised of women.
Women.
Mostly. We have a youth group also and a people with disability groups. And they have already some projects and everything. I think one of the things that we left in, I think it's in Itugon ba yun? I forgot the municipality, where the mayor was there, is a greenhouse for because we would like a seed bank where indigenous vegetables could be grown there and the community could ask for seeds for to be planted in the, kasi ano sila this is a community na kung merong calamity, ano sila, parang cut off sila from the main, lalo na yung panahon daw ng COVID, cut off talaga sila. Mamimili pa sila doon sa Baguio City for some of their food. So what we do, nasa partner din natin yung school na yon. We establish a greenhouse where they will put their vegetables, and then the community could get seeds and plant it in their own backyard for food.
I believe din, Doc, no, I think it's sustainable in itself.
Yes.
Because hindi to yung, ang mga kapaglaw, may tulong na bigay lang.
Yes.
Parang dole out lang. You give it to them and they don't even know how to use it. And nasisira. I mean, this is different, mga kapag. This is not handing them something na gamitin. This is a mindset. This is a paradigm shift.
Behavioral change.
Behavioral change.
That's true.
And so, I believe it is in itself sustainable already once mindset shifts and once it impacts behavior, because as normally we influence people, and I believe it will, even the children that's watching their parents speak out, malaki na siya.
And you know what, Sean? You know what, Sean? The first time I was with them, I think way back in 2023, parang mahiya pa silang magsalita.
Ayun,
But now, they are very confident now. They speak up their mind, they suggest. Because parang natriyan, sabi ko, when I first visited this group, parang nasa aloof lang ba? Para kasi visitors kami, parang mahihiya silang ganun. At yung mga staff lang natin ang nag-encourage sa kanila na magsasalita. But now, they are very empowered. They speak, they make suggestions for community.
And that is the goal, di ba, Doc? For
Yes.
them to not be intimidated in the pool of government officials, sino ba na, however, whatever they've seen, anong position, but for them to, because grassroots nga, for them to pick up the microphone or to take up space and speak out.
Yes,
And
that's true.
tell anong kailangan ng kanilang
Community.
I'm so
That's
happy. In a short while, you will see what we're talking about, mga kapaglaw. Hayes.
Okay, Doc. So I think this question is also related to the previous one. If the previous one, we asked about the mechanisms, ito siya, Doc, how can communities, those na nasakop natin ng mga communities, continue building on what Project Rise Benguet has started?
Okay, I think after listening to the stakeholders forum and how they do this, alam mo, before I'll answer that one, alam mo, Sean, iba sa kanila were even saying like, parang at that time we were doing our last meetings with them. Yung parang kung pwede lang umiyak, iiyak sila kasi parang nami-miss nila yung team, nami-miss nila yung mga activity. And everybody were saying like, without this project, hindi kami maging ganito. We don't have the confidence to say what we wanted to say. So I think what the communities can do is continue what they have started. Because although what we have started, as what Ma'am Rhoda said, we are just scratching the surface of community development issues in their community, but they can continue on. And especially if there is a strong support from the local government. I saw around 2 or 3 municipalities where the local government is very, very supportive. So, mas madali. Yung isang community, sabi ng mayor, dagdagan ko yun ng pera nyo para lalakihan natin ito. Diba? Because it's for us, as bringing the project there, it's very satisfying to know that they would want to continue this project, what they have started. Although how they wish we could stay longer.
Yes.
And on the other hand, also, we are trying to look for other funding and projects proposals to part 2, kung pwedeng gawa ng part 2 ang RISE to continue. But alam mo naman natin yung process, hindi naman yan madali, di ba? But we are praying, and I told them, pag-pray din tayo na in the near future, we'll still work together again, and it will be now a higher level development. Ito na, grassroots development, at least nandoon na yun.
Yes.
Sila.
I believe that at the right time,
Yes,
God will open an opportunity for us to work again. Pero now that I'm a mother dog, something that I have learned, now my boy is starting to walk. hindi pala talaga, hindi healthy, hindi helpful for him that I always hold his hand.
Oo. Sometimes you let him fall.
You have to let him fall and you have to give him the time to walk on his own. And I believe for the time being before God opens another opportunity for us to work there, but I believe it will be helpful for them to be really
Yeah.
be able to stand on their own. Now, Doc, I believe this will be our last question. Hayes, no? As a leader, as the country director of ADRA Philippines, personally, ano po yung lesson that you have learned from this project na you believe should be applied for the future initiatives ni ADRA Philippines?
Okay. One of the thing here is, one lessons that I have learned is coordination, collaboration is very important.
Yun.
Diba? When say coordination, collaboration, you don't only work with these people, but you have to coordinate from top to bottom. In this case, this project was well coordinated with the local government, lahat ng mga permits and everything to be able here. So in the future, that's one thing that in all of our projects we can do that, even in our emergency responses, although we are doing that one also. But that should not be parang importante, parang a very important step. Hindi
That's
siya
a foundation,
a foundation.
that should not be
Neglected. That's correct. That's the thing that one of the things that I have learned from this project. Then also one of the which is more softer is you have to believe on people.
Yun.
Kailangan may believe ka. Kasi these are communities. So when you start, it's as if you're starting with a blank paper. And you have to believe that this blank sheet of paper will become beautiful if you put something beautiful in it, di ba? So tulad ng mga yung community, you don't judge them. So I think dadalhin niya natin as NGOs in the future. Even if you're a staff, don't look at them as para baganing incapable of doing things. That's the thing, or very ignorant of the doing. No, because you might be surprised what they can do when they learn something.
I love that, no? Believe in, and it's something that
They are able, that they are capable.
Everybody has, something in them to offer.
To offer.
and
That's
as
true.
community, as humanitarians, as individuals like sa ating mga supporters, sa ating mga whoever is watching, diba? I believe that's very important. When we want to be of service to someone, we want to help and reach out. First is believe that this person is yun, sabi ni Doc, there's
They're
the
able, the
capacity, they're able, the goodness in their heart.
That's
So
true.
That's very important to see people in this perspective.
And that's a very important thing that we as humanitarian workers should not forget when we go to communities and when we deal with people. And I believe also, Sean, I think that is what God wants us not to forget. The others, that they are important also.
Yes,
Right? Kasi minsan, makalimutan natin yan. Diba? Sometimes we are so full of ourselves, so full of thinking about ourselves that we forget the other person is also an important person.
And I believe din, Doc, when you said that, parang half of the work is parang done already. When the worker, as humanitarians, believe in these people. Kasi ang hirap to work in community when you think, yung mindset mo is, wala, hindi man.
If you're a micromanager.
If you do not believe,
Yeah.
it's so important. It changes a lot of things. And half of the work, I believe, is already made. Once in us pa lang, we believe in what they can do.
They can do.
Ayun,
Yes.
so powerful.
Yes.
Thank you, Doc, for sharing your insights. It's so inspiring, even to us, to see your perspective as well in the closing of Project
Right.
Project Rise. Sorry. Nami-miss natin sila. No? So, we hope to be able to see them somewhere down the road.
Yes.
We'll never know. Hayes.
Yeah, so again, that was a very heartfelt discussion with you, Doc. So right now, before we proceed to our second part of our discussion about Project Rise Benguet, let us watch this video.
talaga bang mahirap ang Pilipinas?
Unti-unti nang dumadaos-dos ang naglalakihang mga bato mula sa bundok.
Are we just romanticizing ang pagiging resilient?
Nalubog sa baha ang mga pananim kasunod ng magdamagang pagpula.
Sulong ang kaligtasan ng lungsod ng Baguio sa panahon ng kalamidad.
Are we really achieving change?
And you just witnessed a teaser video of the documentary film of Rice Benguet. We're so excited to post it and to share it with everybody first on ADRA Philippines Facebook page. Kaya abangan nyo po yan, mga kapaglaom and everyone that is watching right now. And so Hazel, at this part sa ating episode, makakausap natin ang project manager ng Rice Benguet. Siya talaga yung nakakita sa start and even sa end. It's a full circle moment for her, I believe. And we have a lot of questions, especially the lessons and the stories na kanyang nakuha being the project manager. If sa ating mga kapaglaom that's listening, ano ba yung project manager, Hayes? Siya talaga yung parang the leader of the project. And so, we have live via Zoom, Miss Rose Paragas, the project manager of Rice Benguet. And she is right now in Baguio City. Hello, Miss Rose.
Hello, Miss Shan and Hazel. Thank you for inviting me to
Oh, we're so happy to have you sa ating program, especially that Rice Benguet is about to fully end as a project. 3 years din, Miss Rose, di ba?
Yes. Actually, we are extended until March 31. So my 3 months pa na extension for this year. But basically, wrapping up activities na lang, majority of the activities were completed in 2025.
Ayun. Now, Miss Rose, we're so excited to listen to your perspective. We have had you sa ADRA TV for the past episodes, right? During implementation ng projects, the start ng project, and ngayon, the project is about to end. But for our viewers that does not know about Rice Benguet, can you please take us to the beginning? Ano ba yung original plan or goals ng project? And ano yung mga pangangailangan sa BLIST? Especially the BLIST area. We'll be mentioning a lot about BLIST. Ano ba ang BLIST na gusto i-address ng ating project na Rice Benguet, Miss Rose?
Okay, thank you, Ms. Shan. So, para po sa ating mga manonood, ang Rice Benguet po, it's R-I-S-E, ano? Kasi minsan napagkakamalang rice na bigas. Pero stands for resilience, innovation, sustainability, and empowerment here in Benguet. Actually, within Bliss tayo. So, ano po ba yung Bliss? Bliss is Baguio City, La Trinidad, Itogon, Sablan, Tuba, and Tublan. It's 6 municipalities within the Bliss subregion of Benguet. So, ano ba itong Rice Benguet? Ano ang gusto niyang mangyari? Basically, it wants to contribute in increasing the resilience of the Bliss communities from the impacts of climate change and also yung disaster risk. Because if you know, ang Benguet ay isa sa mga probinsya sa Pilipinas with highest risk profile and vulnerability sa disaster. Dahil ito ay nasa mountainous area, yung kanyang geographic location, so madalas nagkakaroon ng landslide, nagkakaroon sila ng mga even yung earthquake, it's vulnerable to earthquake dahil sa kanyang geographical location. So, kung mabalitaan po, in 2018, nagkaroon ng landslide, no? Massive landslide dito sa Itogon, kung saan maraming mga mamamayan yung namatay, no? Dahil doon sa landslide. And every year na lang, every year na lang na binabagyo ito sa Bliss, every year din nagkakaroon ng mga incidents, no, ng impacts ng disaster. So, laki yung role na tinatahak ng Rice Benguet para makakontribute dun sa pagpapababa ng risk dito sa Benguet. But ang kanyang entrada ay through the civil society organizations, ang ating mga people's organizations, gusto natin na mapalakas yung resilience ng DRRM through the participation of our people's organization in local governance sa planning. Because we think that resilience is all about governance, no? Malaki ang factor ng governance, ng maayos na pagpaplano, ng inclusive and participatory na pagpaplano, yung risk-informed, and who knows the risk, hindi ang mga tao na nasa kanilang mga kahayan, no? So we want them to be involved through our civil society organizations.
So, Miss Rose, dagdag ko lang po kasi, for example, if ako is hindi masyado familiar sa government, sa humanitarian world, I would like to ask lang, ano ba itong mga CSOs? Like,
Ah?
for example, if hindi ako familiar, ano ba itong mga civil society organizations? And ano pong example nito po?
Yeah. Ang civil society organizations, actually may definition ng DILG dyan, no? Pero pag sinabi mong civil society, of course, they're not part of the government. No, hindi, non-government siya. So tayo, like ADRA, we are non-government organizations. Pero yung CS with some other definition ng mga community members who want to take part, no, doon sa pin-governance. So, andyan yung ating mga community-based organizations, yung mga women's organization natin, pwedeng sectoral, farmers organization, even yung mga volunteers natin, even yung mga co-op, as per the ILG definition, ay part ng civil society organization. So, ito yung mga voluntary groups, no, na nabuo sa isang unified na agenda. And most often, ang agenda nila ay para sa community development, para makatulong sa pagpapaunlad ng kanilang community based on the needs that they identified.
So that's parang sa akin, Miss Rose, I always hear you say about grassroots. No? And,
Yes,
oo.
grassroots.
Opo. Na
Oo.
yung mga policies, yung para sa to build the resilience sa isang community, galing talaga sa boses ng sinong maaapektuhan. No, hindi siya
Yes.
top to down, but down to top, I believe. So, it's a
Yes.
perspective given by the people who knows it by experience. And they see the landscape talaga of their community. And this is a very inspiring project. I always say, tell Hazel or kahit si Doc Hope, no, parang binibigyan mo talaga ng boses yung
Mamamayan.
yeah, so the community member na hindi pala uupo ka lang and you just wait for things to happen to you. Na para bang, ay, nangyari sa amin. Ay, kasi
Right.
ito yung, it's bad luck or people would say about, no, parang malas lang talaga kami. Pero it's a combination of a lot of things. And when, what I admire about Rice Pinget is that you empower people to speak out.
Yes.
And not be
Yes.
intimidated by anyone because you know your community and you are there. Haze.
Yes.
Yes.
So, ayan, thank you so much, Miss Rose, for sharing what and who RISE is and also for clearly defining ano yung CSOs na sila talaga yung major natin na partner, no, sa project na ito. So now for our next question, Miss Rose, looking across the full life of the project, what changes in the communities stood out to you as a project manager the most as a result of this project?
Yeah, actually, looking back, 3 years is quite short, but it's also long na rin, na pagsasama-sama with our CSO partners. And kung merong pagbabago, I want to frame it like this, when I say may pagbabago sa individual level ng ating mga CSO champions. We call them champions, no? So individually, we saw shift in confidence, no, and ownership. Kasi pag ikaw ay community member, sometimes you think that you are only a recipient of aid coming from the government, no? Pero ito, syempre mai-intimidate ka kapag kausap mo yung mga officials, you don't like to talk, lalo na culturally din, medyo mahiyain daw ito ang ilan sa ating mga kasama, no, culturally. Pero nakita natin yung shift in confidence. Dati nasa gilid sila, they don't like to talk, pasahan ng mic, but now, they take the stage on their own, no? And they speak confidently. So, yung confidence na yon, makita nila yung boses nila, ito ang marinig ng mas marami pang mga tao. It's a big milestone for the project, especially for our women, no? Yung ating mga members ng women's organization na kaya pa namin na maging boses hindi lang ng aming pamilya kundi boses ng aming community. So yung confidence na yun ay napakalaki. At the organizational level, we saw the improvement of our organization CSO partners, ano. So kasi natulungan din kasi sila doon sa kanilang organizational development and strengthening, naayos na nila ang kanilang constitution and bylaws because some of them, when we started, hindi klaro yung direction ng kanilang organization. They were just formed. Some of them were formed because they wanted to access government programs. And before you can access government programs, dapat organisado kayo. So, na-form sila without much direction. Although klaro sa kanila, sa kanilang puso, that they want to help their community. Kaya lang, in the long run, pag hindi klaro yung organization mo sa direction niya, kung saan-saan ka nalang pupunta, kung saan may programa ang government, dito ako, pero strategically, hindi masyadong mayon. So, we are happy na nagkaroon ng shift in perspective, no, ang ating mga organizations. Kung before sila ay nag-organize because they want to be recipients of aid, now there is a shift in mindset from a beneficiary to a partner in development. Hindi lang pala kami beneficiary, we are also partners of the local government to promote change in our community, to make the lives of our community members better. So from participation, naging consultative na sila at nagkaroon ng voice in decision making. So they take ownership na sila na ay mga initiators ng mga project because we've given grants through our Katitik Fund, ano, kahit maliit lang na amount yon, kaya pala nila maging initiators and innovators and maging partners in development. Mabigyan lang sila ng support. So, nakita namin yung pagbabago na yun na naging yung leadership talaga ng ating mga CSOs ay mas na-strengthen. So, they are
Ayun.
part of the local councils na bibigyan ng project proposals, nag-initiate ng mga programs sa kanilang local government unit. And that milestone is celebrated, no, galing
Ayun.
sa atin.
Yes, Miss Rose. And I believe sa ating mga partners, our donors, ADRA angels, stakeholders, this is something that they should see in our work dito naman sa ADRA. We do not just give, no? Parang
Yeah.
parang bigay lang, no? Dito, this is a project I believe in all projects ni ADRA Philippines, we want yung sinabi ni Miss Rose na magkaboses, no? Na hindi tayo papayag na this will be repeated, that lives will be lost, our families will experience this and that. As a parent now, I believe that's very important pala, na hindi mo gustong mangyari sa next generation ang pinagdaanan mo. And para siyang cycle breaker ba? No, what is happening right now, the confidence that's being gained by our CSOs, sabi ni Ms. Rose, even in personal level, no? The impact to their families and even to their communities. Ms. Rose, can you share a particular story siguro you have a story in mind na best represents what you have just shared sa impact ng Project Rise sa Benguet.
Yeah. Thank you, Miss Shan. Actually, ito ang pinaka-paborito ko. Lagi ko 'tong kinikwento. Ano, we started the RISE project through a CSO selection process. So, nung naging pa lang kami ng mga magiging partners ng RISE na CSO, um, nakita namin mahiyain talaga itong CSO champion na ito. So, nahihiya sila. They think na baka magkamali sila. But you know what? After 3 years, actually even nung second year pa lang and third year, naging ano na sila, naging spokesperson. They also train other CFOs and they've spoken to hundreds of people, training people on CBDRRM. So sabi ko, grabe, grabe yung yung leap, from how they
Growth.
started. Ah, yung growth nila talaga nakita. Imagine mo, dati doon lang sila sa community nila, but now they are bringing the agenda and advocating for resilience agenda and training more CSOs to be partners in DRRM. So sila ay iniimbita na ngayon ng LGU nila na maging mga resource speakers. Imagine mo. So sabi ko, wow. Ang project kasi minsan ang laki ng kanyang pangarap ano. Pero technical, mga nasa logical framework natin, mga targets. But when you see this people na dati hindi nagsasalita and ngayon they are already emerging as leaders, their community speaking confidently and training others, it's parang nakakataba ng puso bilang mga development workers. Yun talaga, mga ano to, mga kababaihan doon sa ating partners, lalo na sa Tublay and Sablan. Wow talaga. Lagi kwento yun. And kapag napagkakwentuhan ko sila, tuwang-tuwa ako kasi nakita mo talaga and they're still dreaming for more para sa kanilang community. Yeah.
Ayun. And I believe that is, talagang what makes this project sustainable also. Di ba, pag may proyekto, Miss Rose, yun talaga yung question, how to make it sustainable, no?
Yes,
Paano ba na
oo.
lasting yung impact?
And Mish, actually, if I could add, our persons with disability group, dati ay hindi sila parte ng local DRRM council because ang mga persons with disability they have one agenda, di ba? Pero through this project, they shared, did not come from me. Galing ito sa kanila. Mapapanood nyo rin ito dun sa ating documentary na dati hindi naman kami nakikialam sa usapin ng DRRM. Pero ngayon, ang ating persons with disabilities ay parte na ng local DRRM Council ng City of Baguio. So they have a seat now in DRRM planning and governance. So napakalaking milestone na achieve ng ating project, no, na makapagsimula, makapagpunla, no, na nag-grow eventually
Oh,
yung ating itinanim.
yun.
Ayun. Sorry.
I believe, Miss Rose, yung attachment din ng ating mga project, atong ating co-workers together with the CSOs and the community, fit din, no? I believe
Yes,
din.
yes.
Oo, kasi
Dahil din
para,
sa kanila ito, kung wala sila, we can only do so much, no, as implementers. Kailangan kasi meron din buy-in from our CSO partners. We cannot do it alone. Kung hindi rin sila, wala rin silang puhunan na puso, no? Puso man ang puhunan mo dito eh. 'Di
kaya
ba?
nga,
So kung tayo sa kanila, this will not work. So ang maging role lang natin ay taga-guide, taga-gabay, taga-advise, ano. Pero the work is really them. Nanggaling yun kanila. Kumbaga ano lang tayo, supporting role lang ang Rice Binget. It's really our CSO partners.
ayun, Haze. Oo.
So, I guess what I learned talaga in this project, no, sa Project Rise, is really the importance of what they call participatory governance, no? Because
Yes.
it increases, kumbaga, the transparency, the accountability, not just kung ano yung ginagawa niyo sa community, but on a personal level din. And it increases also the effectiveness of what you advocate for. Kasi, yun nga, maraming boses, it brings diverse voices. So, marami kang natututunan from one another. And also, you get to, you get to collaborate, and also it is being inclusive, Miss Rose, di ba? Kasi I think as every sector is being, kumaga, represented.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
Yun. And this is our biblical mandate. And it has been like Jesus' example. Yung mga boses na parang inaano ng community. Pa hindi importante. Diba? I remember that particular story about a blind man being hushed by the tahimik ka dyan, ano, quiet. Because they saw he was blind, he was sick, he was a nobody. But then Christ really stopped the crowd and then went to him and talk, what do you want, what do you need? And that is something that is empowering as well as for us Christians and to our viewers out there na to empower someone to find that voice, take up space and speak out in behalf of family and community. Ms. Rose, this might be our second to the last question. On a personal level, sa'yo naman, ano yung mga parang meaningful lesson for you na mababaon mo even after Rise Project?
Ang dami kong natutunan, no? Sabi nila mga CSOs ang natuto sa amin, pero kami din actually ay maraming natutunan. Una dyan ay, CSOs already know what they need. Community members already know what they need. They already have power within themselves. They just need people who will support them by creating spaces where they can be heard, by creating an enabling environment for them to take up space, di ba? Na sila ay makapag-participate in local governance. Sa totoo lang, alam nila ang kailangan nila. What we need is good governance. Kung saan sila ay nire-recognize at hindi lang nire-recognize kundi pinapaupo, pinapakinggan at yung mga napakinggan sa kanila ay nata-translate into policy actions. Iyon. Pangalawa, yung resilience building, it's really about relationship building. It's about trust. Kailangan hindi ka makapag-build ng resilient community alone. Ang community, ang CSO, they cannot do it alone also. We need each other. We need the government, we need the private sector, we need to listen to the farmers, we need to listen to the women, the persons with disabilities, the youth, the indigenous people. It's one system. So hindi natin ito magawa ang iis lang tayo. Kung meron man siguro tayong magawa, mas magiging multiplier ang dating niya kung tayo ay nagtutulong-tulungan. So resilience building is not only about building better, actually building forward much better. When we walk with each other hand in hand, na walang naiiwan, no one left behind.
Wow. Ang galing nun, Miss Ra. I really love what you said. That's very impactful. Special part, it's relationship building talaga. It's being stronger together as a community for a better, for a future that we mapapamana natin sa next generation. Miss Rose, thank you very much for your hard work. We have been able to visit Baguio City once only, Hayes, but you have been so warm to us, the whole team, so kind. We have learned a lot from your leadership as well. You are handling a lot. You have many hats. You're also a student, a law student. Thank you so much for everything that you have done. And whenever we talk to you, we really, personally, I really see your heart.
Yes.
Hindi siya something na on a theory base that you're just trying to do. Pero I really hear yung puso mo para sa community. And I believe this will not be the end of our relationship. Aabangan po namin how things will unfold for you and for the team. And of course, the impact also of the lasting impact of your project dyan naman sa Benguet province. No? Miss Rose, this might be our last question na. What message would you like to leave, no, to to the project team? Anong gusto mong sabihin sa kanila and the communities, the CSOs that you walked alongside this journey?
Yeah. Unang-una, actually, ang message ko lang is pasasalamat, yung Project Rise is not only a project. This is not about output, this is not about outcomes alone, but this is a mission. And maraming salamat po sa ating mga CSO partners, ating mga LGU partners, sa pakikisa and for walking with us in this journey, in this shared mission and shared commitment of building resilient communities. And when we say building resilient communities, it's a manifestation of showing love, ng compassion sa ating mga community members. And syempre, this project would not be possible without a solid project team guiding it through. I cannot do it alone. This is not my work alone, no? Maliban sa ating mga CSO partners, syempre ang ating project team, kilala nila ang kanilang mga sarili. This is the result of teamwork and dedication, hard work ng ating mga project staff to sa Benguet. And of course, with the leadership ng ating programs manager, si Ma'am Levy, ang ating consortium, ang Jaime Pin Foundation, ang Center for Development Programs in Cordillera, and of course, ang ADRA Germany at ang EU, European Union, who trusted us with this project. And for helping us be an instrument to build resilient communities and resilient na mga individual dito sa Benguet for fostering relationship and partnership. For our CSO partners, wag po kayong malungkot, ang RISE project man ay magi-end. It's only the end of a project. Our partnership, the relationship, friendship that we have built, and yung mga nasimulan po through the project, we are confident that you can continue to your next leader and in the coming years. Kasi ang goal naman natin sa ating trabaho, personally, our goal is not to stay in one place. Our goal is to go to another place or do another thing if our mission is completed. No? Pero ang mission na yon, yung sustainability niya is to our CSO partners. Because we don't like dependence. That's why we're building capacities, we're building network, we're doing alliance work and policy advocacy because we want na kahit wala ADRA, ang GBO, ang CDPC, or wala kami mga project team, we have left people who can carry on with the mission, the shared mission of community resilience building. So maraming salamat po. Ang RISE is not about us. Ang RISE Benguet is not about ADRA. This is about the people in the communities na nakipag-journey sa atin. So maraming salamat po.
Thank you very much, Miss Rose. And since you have mentioned the word mission, of course, saludo po kami for the mission accomplished.
Yes.
And now, Miss Rose, I'd like to give you the floor to invite our viewers because with everything that we have discussed, you actually made a movie out of it. And please, Miss Rose, briefly invite our viewers na manood. It's really powerful, Miss Rose. Go.
Yes, thank you so much, Misha, for the opportunity. Ang Rise Benguet po ay na-develop ng ating documentary. Yeah, it's a movie. It's a movie na papanood niyo po ang journey of empowerment, at journey ng Rice Binget with our CSO partners. Of course, a shout out sa ating comms officer, no, Jasmine Fernandez, who led yung critic production nitong ating video documentary, and also sa ating mga nakasama si Mentorich at saka si Kent. Sila talaga yung bumuno nitong movie na ito. Ang movie po na ito naway magbigay ng inspiration sa ating mga community members, and of course sa ating mga kasamahan sa ADRA, mga partners natin all over the Philippines, and even abroad, na merong itong light na nasisihan through the projects that we do. And we hope to have ignited the spark from our CSO partners, and hopefully ito ay makapagbigay din ng inspirasyon and motivation at pag-asa sa mga makakapanood. So, soon we will be launching the Rice Get movie titled Masa Bayan. Yan. Look
Ayun.
into the
Yes, Miss Rose, thank you very much. I am very much excited
Yes.
na mapanood ng ating viewers ang ito. It's a masterpiece. Actually, you hear the voice of Jasmine. Thank you very
Yes.
much for this episode, Miss Rose, and I believe mas makikita pa ng ating mga ADRA Angels or stakeholders or partners the things that you have described dito sa movie na ito, and abangan nyo po sa Bisaya pa Atangi. It will be uploaded sa ating official Facebook page ng ADRA Philippines. Thank you very much, Miss Rose, for your time with us. Please know that we are so happy with everything that has transpired for the last 3 years with you. Thank you for being kind and for accommodating all our requests on the communications part. And we will be praying for you and the project team and how things will unfold in the future. I believe so. Marami pa. May nagawa na, marami nang nagawa. Pero
May magagawa.
may magagawa pa. Thank you, Miss Rose, and take care po. Maraming salamat. And for our viewers, let's have a short break and we'll be back. Ayun. Now, Doc Hope, with the closing of Project Rise Begin in the blessed area, one last question. What is your message para sa ating team, sa ating partners, as we close this chapter? Can you please mention who needs to be mentioned?
Yes. First of all, I would like to send a message to our CSOs, 21 CSOs. Continue doing the good work that you have started, especially in your own community. You have been blessed, and be a blessing to the community. To our partners, JVO, yung Jaime Ongpin Foundation, and the CDPCs, the Center Development of Programs in the Cordilleras, thank you very much for partnering with us. They have contributed, and I think one of their staff of, I think it's CDPC, si Manong Sante. I think you met Manong
Yes,
Sante.
Manong Sante.
Manong Sante knows a lot of people in the blessed area. Ang daling makipag-usap sa mga local government because of Manong Sante. So he has contributed a lot to the project, to the programs of the project, and he's a staff of CDPC, being a consortium partner natin. Would like also to thank our staff most of all. Miss Rose, our project manager, she's brilliant, I should say.
Yes.
Super.
Yes, super.
Super.
The first time I met Rose, I said, this is a very intelligent girl.
And kind, and down to earth.
Beautiful.
In and out, and soon to be a lawyer.
Yes, hopefully we're
So
praying for that.
hardworking.
So hardworking. And just imagine balancing her time
Yes.
with the project and with her studies in law
Full
school.
time.
Full-time yan, ha? Full-time law student, full-time manager of Project Rise. Saludo kami sa'yo, Miss Rose. And the rest of the staff, I might not be able to mention everyone, but there are some staff na parang may impact din sa akin. Venice, our very capable finance officer,
Yes.
and the rest of the team, sina
Kuya
Jasmine,
June.
si June, si
Mga
Melvin.
coms kasi.
Sa coms si Melvin, si Fatima, si Fatima, and
Miss Fatima.
si Nathalie. Sino pa yung iba pa yung baka magalit sa akin.
Everyone in the project
Yeah.
is actually very brilliant.
Yes.
And they're very good, I should say. They're very intelligent. And even myself, sana ma-retain ko to sila lahat. If only we can, no? But you know what, for our team, well, there's always, the future. We do not know, and we might be able to work again
Yes.
in the future.
Yes, exactly.
Okay? And ADRA is very thankful for you. All of us, the management, and all the staff of ADRA Philippines, we thank you very much for your dedication, for your commitment, and for being there, and for representing ADRA to the communities that they are serving. Thank you, thank you, thank you very much.
Ayun. Wow. Thank you, Doc, for that heartfelt message for our team.
Team.
And yes, we're so excited to what the future holds for all of us. And I believe, God will bring us together in His right time. Ayun. So, hopefully, makabalik kami ng Benguet.
Ay, Baguio na.
Ay, Miss Baguio. Well, Doc was, sharing us like, oh, Baguio City. They made our stay in Baguio City.
Yes.
So meaningful, so talaga, unforgettable.
Yes,
Thank you so
super.
much.
Yeah.
Ace.
Ayan. So as we come to the close of today's episode, we reflect on the journey of Project Rise Benguet, from its beginnings to its completion in the least areas. This project has shown us that resilience grows when communities are empowered, heard, and supported.
Yes, Hayes, and we extend again our heartfelt gratitude to the families and communities who walked with us throughout this journey, to our partners and local stakeholders, and to the as mentioned by Doc Hope, the dedicated ADRA project team there, whose commitment made this work all possible. Not just compliance, but so beautiful and powerfully done. Thank you so much.
Yes. So while this project comes to an end, the lessons, relationships, and hope it has built continue. The strength of the communities remain, and the seeds planted will keep growing beyond this project.
Thank you for being part of this journey. Again, mga kapaglaon, everyone, this has been ADRA TV,
Where hope is put into action.